The most important thing to remember about a play is that it's not a final story form. It's a blueprint for a staged production where actors perform what you write in front of a live audience. Writing a good play isn't easy. It's not just actors talking to each other. You have to write dialogue that provides information a performer needs to know, and that when performed, will communicate to the audience what they need to know about what's going on in the story, externally and internally. As I've said in previous videos, dialogue is a weapon a character uses to seek something or to accomplish a goal. To become skilled at writing plays, you need to work on exercises that challenge you on how you write dialogue as a weapon. Let me share 4 exercises you can use to work on playwriting. First, write a scene in which a character shares directions to another character. Imagine a scenario where a character needs to share directions from point A to point B to another character. Write down how they deliver those directions. And don't just translate something from Google Maps. How would a local share directions to someone out of town, for instance? Doing this exercise means figuring out how to communicate details, plain information. But plain information from a character or from characters using their own voices. How a person shares directions communicates a lot of information. Where they're from, what's going on in their lives. Try writing how a couple in a marriage falling apart would give directions. You take a right on Moreland? No, a left. I know what I'm saying, but do you? Second, write a scene in which each line of dialogue is a question. Each line of dialogue has to respond to something, a circumstance, or something someone else said. This is called flow. Dialogue needs to flow. A good test for flow, write each line as a question to the previous question. For instance, why are you here? Why do you think I'm here? Why do you have to be so rude? I'm sorry, can we start over? Are you okay? Do you have a minute? Third, write a scene where each line of dialogue starts in order from A to Z. This is an exercise I learned at the 2011 Southeastern Theater Conference. You'll write a scene with 2 to 3 characters. The first line starts with an A. The second line the next character says starts with a B. Next line, C, like this. Are you sure we should do this? But of course. Charlie, if we get caught, we'll go to prison. Don't worry, I have everything planned. You see, what you do in this exercise is challenge yourself to why each line has to exist. You have to think of how to holistically represent how people, these characters, speak, but conform to the restriction. This becomes especially more difficult when you reach X and Z. You have to plan what those words will be in order to make the rest of the dialogue work. Last, write a scene of dialogue. Then in a revision, replace each line of dialogue with something nonverbal. A rule of thumb on dialogue: everything said should have a reason to be said. Don't write dialogue when it is more efficient and equally effective to use description or to summarize what is said. For example, let's say you write, I love you. I love you too. In a revision, write these 2 lines as something nonverbal. Mom strokes her son's hair. Tears in his eyes, he falls into her embrace. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook.